Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. And just this morning, this is the second installment on this. It's a beer tap, wooden handle. She had four of them. She wanted me to engrave. It's for a festival, and they're going to give away prizes. And so what I did, I drew this, and then I took it out to the shop to the laser, and I taped down a piece of 1/4 inch MDF, and I vector cut a line, and I actually had to vector cut this out so the disc is a little bit thicker than the stem, so for it to sit in there properly. And this line is just like a hair bigger than the object, so I was able to lay it exactly on top of the line. And then I actually had to use some little wooden props to get it level, as you can see, and maybe in this picture better, to get it level and to get it square. And then this red hairline, the out hairline, is just right at the edge. This object was kind of weird because it's got a little bit of a conical shape to the outside, so it's actually thicker than the top and bottom of the disc. So then I left my door open to the laser, and I ran my red dot pointer on a vector cut, but when you leave your door open, it doesn't cut. And I was able to watch it. So on each one of the four, I just did a double check to make sure that I was correct. Now, what I did this morning, and there's several ways you could do this, but I think this would be the best way. I cut that circle right in the center of my laser bed. I hit P on the keyboard. So then when I bring in this graphic, I hit P on the keyboard. And then it's grouped together. But what I want to do is ungroup it, and then just grab that outside line. And I don't have this. This isn't a very good picture, it's just a screenshot. But then you want to select selection, and then it's only going to engrave that outside line that you've got selected. It won't engrave those other, and since I've got the door open, it's not going to engrave anyway, but for save time, it's just going to do this one pass. So you do selection, then hit properties, and I hit it, like at 1 power and 15 speed, and it ran around that circle, as you can see in this picture. And that way I knew exactly that it was in the center, because these are they're not that high dollar, but they really got a nice finish on them, and I got to turn them into the lady. I didn't want to mess them up. So you could make a jig. If you're going to do a lot of them, you could make a jig and cut this out. But this morning I found it was just easier to, once you're through with that one, just grab it all, make sure this is grouped together, Control G on your keyboard, and then hit P. And now that one's exactly in the center of the page, and it's going to engrave it perfectly. But I did do a test on each hairline, the outer hairline, just to make double sure that everything was good and ready to go, because I didn't want to mess this up. I did not make these, so I could not I could, but it would take a long time to reproduce them. So instead of doing them top left corner and trying to figure it out, and even if you made a jig, you'd have to bring this in to a certain exact dimension. But if you're using center of the page by hitting P on your keyboard, it's going to put it right in the center of the page. And because of the fact that I drew this hairline in the center of the page, I'm good to go. All right, hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.